Hi, I just want to go over USA Math Day 1 because maybe at the end of each day I should and I must treat myself to come with with my works, because I want to work and I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to just. Okay, let's start. Let's start with this. Maybe it's gonna be something like, whoever starts, the day one. USA Math Day One, and whoever, I'm gonna put this USA Math Day One, and I will date it. Today was. The other thing is my computer is just so slow, and so slow for the program because I installed these programs. Maybe I will improve the system. It's a Friday, April 12th. It's 24th of Friday. 24th of April. It's Armenian genocide, and I put a lot of videos. Not so the videos as much as I need. Okay, USA Math Day 1, and we'll go through. Actually, first of all, my point is getting to the electrical engineering based math. But the other thing is, first of all, we need to enjoy math, and day one of the day one of the USA Math is going to be like, first of all, human has, I mean, 10 finger. So, not 10 finger, has two hand. Of course, this is one hand. This is gonna be the, if this is gonna be the, again, it's hard to, when I'm talking to you, because I need to change to say, this is gonna be right, but then if this, thumb finger is just this side, so maybe this is gonna be my right hand side and the other one will be the left hand side. Let's just draw it. So, that big finger, the thumb will be the ring and middle finger, and that one, the other one, this is gonna be the two hand. So we have two hands, so we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 have some issue with writing 5, that's why, it's hard. It doesn't write 5, it is. I have no idea, it's not writing 5 well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And as we can see, we should start from 0. 0 invented in India. And of course, we have, it's amazing this because when I think the 0 was invented in India with infinity, because there was one lemon, and you cut this lemon many times, then will be no lemon. This was about a documentary that I saw. So there was one lemon or orange or just lemon. Is this the right way to write? There was one lemon that they were cutting it infinitely, then they find out 0. And actually, the idea of infinite comes with Pythagorean. Not Pythagorean theorem. Was the Archimedes. Archimedes was just the first person. Because right now that I'm talking, there are a lot of my friends. I had, friends with, kind of, let's be honest, this is USA Math Mood and Environment. I just want to be free of talking, and I was 7 to, if you go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because of my, I will say I was in a street. Let me tell you, I was homeless. I was homeless. And at least in Iran, at least in Iran, I would not say, for 10 years I was suffering from depression. 10 years. I never had depression. Right now, if I just quit, it was not depression. Depression because of the family situation. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm just telling I will never ever going to be lose my confidence about talking these things, because they will say, what were you doing when you were just at your 12? And I was just, where were you, man? I'm just in the United States, and the United States, first of all, it's a DayOne, and I just named this USA. So I would say first, thanks Jesus Christ. I would say thank you Jesus. Jesus. And the other thing is, God bless America. Then I will start, because in Iran, really nobody gives a shit about me to even let me this, to just let me, at least sometimes it's not about, because my neighbors are just kind of, it's not about, it's just the love, the relation. It's, you know, I mean, for how long we should just relate ourselves with watching. You can watch movie, you can watch a lot of things. So it's a DayOne of this USA math, and thank you Jesus first, then God bless America, and let's move on. I was 10 years I was suffering in, it's a horrible situation in Iran. Then here in the United States I was homeless, right? But even because of, this, the system of, it's just, I find all of these things, yeah, let's just go over, okay, I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is going to be 7 first, second, third, then fourth, then fifth. This is going to be fifth. So in fifth class, here, at the maximum, maybe at the fifth, maybe when I was 11, we were just learning 7 to 8 is going to be 56. Maybe some kind of, when we say 57, what is going to be 57? When you want to divide this 57 through 13, right? 57, 13. If you put 4, 4 works. If you put 4, it's going to be 12, and 1 goes here, 150. Yeah, it works. So with 4, we learn this. If we just do this thing, then we learn about this. Then at 12, 13, and 14, maybe here a little bit advanced, kind of not advanced. You will learn about the numbers in 1 dimension, in 2 dimension, and maybe you're learning to convert 1 to binary, digital, 1, 2 into, because this is less than 2 in less than 2 world, but maybe you can write it in less than, in 1 world, it was 0, 1 world. And the way is you divide that number and you create that number. So, and a little bit geometry, area, from 1230 for junior high school. This is a junior high school. Then, I would like, how can I save this? I mean, is there any way to, because maybe I want to go come back and review all these things. Because I can remember, I have no idea about you, but I can remember what I just wrote it here. Single of this. Every single part of that paper. I mean, then it's gonna be your problem if your brain is not capable of that. I mean, again, if you're in age, I'm just explaining very clear and obvious, and I will move on every day. And this is gonna be everyday video, and day 1, day 2, it's gonna be every day. Maybe whenever I want to. So it was 12, 13, and 14. We learn about, well, maybe a little bit geometry, maybe the circle. You know that circle has R, then if you want to find the area, it's going to be RP to, of course, R pi to 2. But what is the proof of that? Of course, you're going to learn about when you want to write the algebraic way. First write the number, kind of fluent way of writing. You can write this is equal to pi 2r, but again, it's just kind of nonsense. Of course, in programming, because, I just want to mix these things. In programming, you can, for some reason, that you can just write this 2 pi r for mentioning, for coding. You can write a 2 pi r for your, interest. But in just the world that we want to write on paper and we want to discuss over people in front of them, it's better to be fluent the way that common people write. So we learn about these areas, and then maybe, I'm going to remember one of my friends, he's a doctor and he's just getting genius person. But, the other thing is, right now I'm here, put the comments. But, to be honest, there are people, when it's kind of, when you just get through these situations, it's just a new life. I mean, this is just boundary for me. I just want to connect. Not in the United States, people they can complain, but new people, just new people who are really going to appreciate what the idea that I came with. I'm not going to sell anything on eBay because, I was in Persian. I was from Persia. Persian people are master in go and find out what. But the other thing is, the reason they are just put the eBay, and if you just see Persian, eBay for selling, and you need to say a lot of lying. So I said what is one of them. The other thing is women. That's why the Zusk was from Persian, for watching American girls, ass. And lots of other things, they need to, they come over here, they need to kiss us American ass, but, I'm not kissing the American ass. American is part of my, not a Kardashian ass, but, because, first of all, I feel myself that I do belong to this country, and it's just part of my blood, even more than Armenia. I just love this country, and I love English. But the other thing is, I love to talk about math. And it's just something that United States, helps people to just let them be what they want to be. Yeah, at 12, 13, 14, I was there. Maybe I can't even remember exactly, kind of, because you learn about this zero. Maybe I should clean. In this area, maybe I should write this color. We learn about this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there are other type of, we have this -1, -2, then the fraction type of this number, -2 over 2. Of course, if this was minus, this was going to be +1. And the other thing is, Oh, you learn about algebra. Algebra comes from Iran. The other thing is, I said it takes a long time. Math and knowledge do not belongs to any culture. You can't, and it's just bad. I don't like this kind of university thing, or just algebra came in, you just say this x could be anything of this from this number, you plot. But the other thing is, let's just stop here, because then I need to clean this, because I need to clean this. And yeah, I was here. I went in normal, I mean 12, 13, 14. If you have a girl and she or he is going to understand the Day USA Math Day 1, because I'm looking for I will work with kids. It's just amazing. Pure kids. I mean, 7 to 12, then 12, 13, 14, then from 15. Wow, because you can. Oh my gosh, because I play chess. I mean, a brain of, oh my gosh, I would say Magnus Carlsen. He's just a normal person. He's not genius. I mean, they all of the there's. I never seen high IQ people. They're just normal. They're working on their brains. I mean, you can even invest on 8. 8, from 8 years to, wow, Jesus, 8 years and till 14, 13. You can make genius kids, man. Anyway, 13 to 14, I said, the other thing is 13 to 14. I said, let me check the minutes. Oh my gosh. How many minutes it goes? Oh, 7 minutes. I need to finish to some point. Shoot. Time. It's horrible, man. This time, man. Don't you see this limit of time? I will talk. I will not stop. I don't want to stop. But we will get tired and something like that. So I said at 12, wow, the age that I'm interested. Because I will go move forward, and it's up to you how long you can come with me. So there was -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, as you can see here, this is kind of even number. Even number. This is odd number. And prime number. I mean, this is just level of this math, but I think we are not going to, maybe we will hurt the prime number here, but I think the most, advanced thing that will go through this age based on this common core studies, so you're going to have this number, geometry, and kind of two-dimensional Cartesian with 19 degree, you can locate, this is 1 to 1, and one location, and maybe you're gonna teach people add a line. I mean, I think, I don't know, Pythagorean. Yeah, we were just going to learn this Pythagorean theorem that you just this is A and this is B and C, and of course the relation between them is A2 is equal B2 plus C2. Maybe a little bit about proving. It's just bad. My pencil is not writing. Not right. I'm just telling you, 12 to 13 and 14, we learn about these. And the other thing is, yeah, I was good student at, I was really good student. The other thing is with all this brain pressure that I passed through, man. I mean, I was really in love with this mathematic. And of course, I just started playing chess at 34. I mean, just right now I'm 34. Wow, man, point 0.6. Wow. I mean, imagine all these years if I was kind of looking for somebody like me who is teaching all these things on YouTube. And of course, I will bring some standard in programming to filter radicalism robots, because we need to have a standard of normalization of robotic world, because the political way of controlling this knowledge is just totally radicalized. I mean, there is no hope without having this USA math standards that is going to filter the radicalism for the future, for managing a population based on the family they're going to base their life. Because as long as this is the end of the world, there is no hope for future. I mean, the math and everything must be normalized and get to some point, some filter, something that lead people through in right way of thinking. So I said, because you learn about these numbers in from maybe a little bit. I don't think they yeah, this is just kind of not junior high school, it's just high school. After junior high school you will learn about this dimension. So after you're passing your 14, it's gonna be 15, 16, 17, and 18. And here you're learning all about this step to engineering world. You're gonna learn about this, more about these radicals. Oh, I remember we just learned about how to use this, radical 23(7), and how we were using this. In Persia I was thinking how we were radical. How is possible to 2, 3, 4 radical? The way that I will go is just I will break this radical. I will say this is too. You need to just break this radical as much as you can. The only way is just using calculator, or just there should be some algorithm. Algorithm. We learn about this algorithm. Algorithm is just the way that you can approach to a problem. The problem could be how to solve these radicals. The high school was, I'm gonna go over the symbols that we use. Then we learn about this, kind of, because we learn about, and before this level, before this here, we learned this is 0, this is -1, and this is 1. So you can put x here. X can be 1, but we have the world of math, different worlds of math. World of n, the x must have a domain and range. And this domain and range in the world of math, based on wherever this x plus 1 will be equal to 2. It means all these numbers you can add to 1 and becomes 2. But you can solve this with that algorithm that you should know. You can when it's like it's like a weight. When you have 2 kilogram here, weight here, then you need to have a 2 kilogram weight here to be balanced, right? So you want to balance this part with this part. You have 2 here and you have 1 here. So this x must be 1. And there is no any other solution for this x. This is day 1. And I will go over this because we will move from here. So because it's great for me to review from basics, because I think because my brain works in a way of I don't like people, especially in chess, people when they win, they talk. I really like people calm. I mean, this is just USA math, day 1. I mean, this is USA math. I will, first of all, this is my method and this is my world, and nobody, if I will not let anybody who just, because I need to see who are the way that they're talking, because when you say 2 plus 1 is equal 3, you need to explain this 2 plus 1 world is between because this world is not, could be 0 1, could be 0 1, could be 0 1 to infinity, and this tree could be 0 1 again to infinity. But again, when you write 8 plus 7 equal 15, this part is not 0 1. This part belongs to 7 8 to infinity world, and 1 7 belongs to, because it has this 1, it has this 0. I mean, doesn't doesn't have 0, so it could, because you have 1, because if you have 1, then you need to write this 0, but not minus. You need to write that 0, then to infinity. You need to explain all these things, how you think. When you write this to 3, you are just, because 2 1 is 3, you are in 1 0 0 1 to infinity world. You know what? Because you can write this tree. 3 is going to be equal 1997 minus 1997 plus 2000. You know what I mean? So this is just a huge number. Again, because this has 1 again. Because of this 1 again, it's better just to say we are not limiting. I mean, it is just 0 1 to 3 world to infinity without limit. Because if you limit, the best limit for is just 0 1 limit, that is Boolean math, and it's just computer language. Anyway, I just wrote a thesis, and bye. I will talk in second day more. I will just go step by step, and this mathematics will lead to electrical engineering, and I will kick everybody's ass who just who just want to. I mean, you can kick my ass. You need to come to this room and explain how you're doing math in front of the people. Then of course, there are people who are just doing math in college, in university, in whatever, but I played chess in chess.com, and nobody teach me in chess. Nobody even, I mean, want to kick the ass of the people in mathematics, and I will never stop. Come over here and show the people how are you're doing math. Or use this USA math method to separate the math without boundaries. For love, for interesting people, I will never stop this warrior movement of USA math. Bye.